I'm on a mission to serve.
Lisa Barlow.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Raphael and I am here to review season 4, episode 9 of the Real Housewives Who Are Unhinged of Salt Lake City. So we start the episode off with Angie K and Monica meeting up at this dessert place. They order some smoothies and cake. They sit down to eat and Angie K actually brought Monica a gift. No, not a Louis Vuitton bag, but an actual book. So she gives it to Monica and she's like, this book is going to teach you how to love yourself a little bit more and how to ask other people for help when you really need it. And I mean, it's a nice idea, right? But Angie, are you trying to be shady with this gift? Because what do you mean I need help on how to love myself and how to ask other people for help in my own life? I mean, it's true, but what do you mean by that? Because now if I was to give you a book in return and it was titled How to Save My Broken Marriage After Not Sleeping Together for Almost 5 years, then I'll be the bad guy, right? So Angie K, she tells Monica that she does not appreciate her not only spreading these rumors about Sean sleeping with men, but also telling people that he's good in bed. And then Angie confirms it by saying, I mean, he is good in bed, but that's nobody's business. You put it out there, Angie, so now it is our business, and now I'm curious. So Monica, she starts backpedaling, and she's like, no, I never said that. Like, yeah, I may have went about the whole situation the wrong way, and I should have told you a different way, but I never told people that, you know, about his performance in bed. And then we see in the flashbacks, back at Lisa's event a couple of episodes ago, Monica, you kind of did. You told Lisa, oh yeah, he's been sleeping around with his boyfriends and his boyfriends have been going around saying that he's good in bed. So I mean, technically, yeah, you have been spreading that rumor, but I guess it must have slipped your mind. So she tells Angie that she didn't mean it to come off malicious. And I mean, I think that Monica was just dumb and she had the battery put in her back by Whitney, of all people. And she just kind of fell for it. She was her pawn and now we're here. But they're both willing to move on from it and they wish that they could have fixed things at Angie K's Easter event, which I feel like things could have been resolved already by then if it wasn't for Linda, Monica's mom, interfering in the conversation and trying to be a damn housewife herself. And speaking of, Monica, she starts getting all emotional. She starts crying to Angie because she's like, that's the first time that I've seen my daughters have any type of family time or any type of family event with other kids, other families. And it just shook me because with my family, we don't do things like that anymore. My own mom, after my whole affair, she didn't really come around anymore unless it was the holidays. And even then, we always ended in a fight. And it's just a lot of trauma with Monica, right? Like she has a lot to unpack. So Angie K also starts getting emotional thinking back on her relationship with her mom. And she tells Monica, I've never told you this, but my mom was actually an alcoholic and she abused a lot of substances. And it was a very rocky relationship, just like you and your mom. So we could relate to each other. And then in the confessional, she goes in a little bit deeper how she lost her mom when she was 8 and she never really got a chance to really love her mom like that or to look up to her like that because of the situation that her mom was battling. And it was just a really touching scene between both of them. And she also goes on to say, you know, that's why it pains me to see Monica and her mom act like this towards each other because she has her mom alive and in person, yet there's no love between them. And unfortunately, Angie K, that's just literally how it is sometimes with parents. Is this a safe space? But I mean, I don't know. Angie K, she's kind of growing on me. You know, I know it took like 9 episodes, but she's kind of growing on me. The more that we get to know her, and you know, I feel like she's not just a thirsty person looking for a moment. I mean, she could be, but I feel like the more backstory that we get to her, the more I appreciate her being on the show. But let's see how long that lasts for, right? So we head over to Whitney's house and she's working on her preschool project. She's painting a bunch of tiki torches. What kind of voodoo ritual? But she's doing it for her daughter's birthday party decorations, right? So then Lisa, she pulls up to try to help Whitney out, or at least to sit back and drink Diet Coke while Whitney does all the work. And Whitney, she starts telling Lisa, so Lisa, I'm inviting Meredith to the birthday party because she's one of my new besties. I'm inviting Heather because she's my cousin. Can you pass me the red paint? Thank you. La 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 la, do you like my tiki torch? But I'm not inviting Mary Cosby because she's really mean to me and she's probably gonna call me a little girl again or a bobblehead and I'm gonna cry at my daughter's birthday party. Can you pass me the blue paint? Thank you. This is my favorite color. La 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 la. Like, well, I can't be really too upset with Whitney with her decision. You know, why not? Because Mary's probably not gonna show up anyway. So then she drops the bomb on Lisa and then this is where Lisa just starts. This is where her spiraling begins out of this whole episode because she loses it later on, but she tells Lisa, I'm actually inviting Monica and her daughters, and I do feel sorry for what she's going through with her mom and the constant abuse that her mom puts on her. And why did she tell Lisa that? Because Lisa tells her, you're actually buying all of that. You're actually believing that she's getting abused by her mother. It's not happening. It's all fake. She's just making that up because she wants sympathy from all of us, and I'm not giving it to her. And I'm like, wow, Lisa, what an asshole. She's like, no, she's not getting abused. She's just making that up to deflect from being held accountable for spreading those rumors on Angie K's husband. And besides, I saw her and her mom at the Easter event. She was the one being mean to her mom. Her mom was completely nice. So I'm not sure what abuse she's talking about. And of course, Lisa, that would be your explanation, right? Whitney, I actually agree with the way she was trying to break it down to Lisa. Like, Lisa, unless you yourself have ever been in an abusive relationship, you don't know what abuse is. Which is funny coming from Whitney, because you literally did the same thing that Lisa's doing now to Monica, but to Meredith last week when you tried to say, oh, I feel like Meredith is just trying to use this whole situation of her car accident as a way to deflect from talking about Angie K and, spreading those rumors on her husband. So you two are the same thing, but then we see Heather and Meredith meeting up to get drinks, and instead of Heather asking Meredith, how's your son's clothing line doing? How's that podcast between you and your husband going? Do you miss Jen Shah? No, what does she ask first? What do you think about Jack's mission? Like, Heather, you really, really, really need to get a hobby. Like, let it go at this point. You don't approve of it. I don't approve of it either. You don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I let it go already. You need to let it go too. Unless you miss it, don't you? You miss it, don't you? You miss knocking on strangers' doors and trying to get them to join this cult, don't you? You miss it. Just say you miss it. Let's just say it. Be honest with yourself. So then Meredith, she was like, I was very surprised to find out that he has to do his mission 3 times a week. But you know what? If he's capable of doing it, then who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying, Heather? And Heather was just like, well, yeah, I understand that, but it's very strange to me how he's doing a mission when he wasn't raised in the Mormon church. At least in the correct version of the Mormon church, because he's being raised in the East Coast version of Mormonism, according to Lisa. And I'm like, no. Keep that shit over there in Salt Lake City. Don't blame us East Coast people for whatever Lisa's making up in her head. Because according to Lisa, you show up to the church before 11. That's when women get in free. You show up there, you show the bouncer your ID, you get in there, there's a dress code, you have to wear high heels, a dress, or you could wear a thong, whatever. And then boom, you're in the Mormonism church, and that's that, according to Lisa. And Heather, she feels some type of way because, well, it's just crazy that Lisa, she's allowed to do all of this. But when I would even consider doing half the things that she was doing, I'll get shunned and nobody would talk to me. Maybe because the Mormon people like her instead of you. Either way, Heather, just be happy that you're not a part of that. And if Lisa wants to just go along with that, it is what it is. We head back over to Whitney's house where she's getting all glammed up with her daughter. Her friends are there to surprise her, and they all get together on the school bus that they transformed into a party bus. I thought it was really cool looking. Meanwhile, we see Heather. She's at her house with her daughters. They're getting ready. She decides to call Angie. I'm not sure why, because Angie tells her, oh, well, the other day we had a brunch with Lisa for Jack and his announcement of where he was going for his mission. He's going to Bogota, Colombia. And Heather, why did she tell Heather that? Because Heather almost got diarrhea. She's looking at her through the phone like, what do you mean you had a brunch for Jack's mission and I wasn't invited? What do you mean? I'm like, Heather, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, you literally told Lisa that you do not agree with Jack doing this mission, yet now you're upset that you're not invited to his brunch where he announces his location for his mission. Like, where's the sense in that, Heather? Like I said before, you really need to get a hobby. If anything, I'm judging Whitney the most for her to show up to this brunch after everything that she talked about the Mormon church, after all the helling and all the helling journey that she's gone through because of the church, and to show up and to just sit there smiling like, Bogota, Colombia. She's a hypocrite, but Heather, if anything, Lisa was doing you a favor, but now she feels some type of way, and she's like, oh, this is another setback between me and Lisa. Whatever. So we get to this skating rink where we're having Bobby's 13th birthday party. The party looks so much fun. I love the decoration. Everything looks so cool. There were so many people there. We see everyone showing up with their kids and husband. Meredith, she shows up wearing a bikini top with a jacket over it. You see, she's dressed to go to Lisa's version of the Mormon church. So she shows up and they all get to skating. Whitney, she was just like, let's get lit and skate. Wee! I thought that was cute. But the whole party looked really, really fun. The kids looked like they were having fun. The husbands were having fun. Even though Angie K's husband, he continues looking suspicious, but he's over there. Heather, I like the dress that she had on, the colorful like neon dress thing that she had going. I like that. She sits down with Monica to tell her what Lisa told Whitney, who then told her, who she's about to tell Monica, that Lisa feels that this whole thing between her and her mom, it's all made up. There is no abuse. She's just making that up for sympathy. Monica, she's shocked, like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Lisa said, what? I can't believe that. Meanwhile, Lisa, she's at the bar like, can I get a Diet Coke and some tequila? So she skates her way over to Heather and she's like, hi guys, what's been going on? What's happening? What's going on? Monica's like, oh, so I heard that supposedly you think that the abuse that my mom is doing towards me is all fake. Lisa, you see, I would have respected you a little bit more and if you would have just stood on what you said, but she was like, wait, what? Who said that? I'm like, Lisa, stop, because just a second ago, you were so heated and bothered and saying, oh, she's just making that up, blah, blah, blah. And Monica's like, well, Heather told me that you and Whitney discussed that. And Lisa's like, wow, I can't believe that. Word travels fast in this group. And Heather, as charming as Heather seems, she's a producer because she set this whole scene up. And Lisa, all of a sudden, now she wants to backpedal. And she tells Monica, well, no, it was just a snarky comment. I didn't really mean anything by it. And I'm like, yes, you did. Because when you were talking to Whitney, you sounded so pissed off at it. Like you were basically accusing her. And now it's just a snarky comment. Okay, Lisa, so Monica, she's not having that. And she's like, well, what the F you want me to do? You want me to go get my effing kids to come prove to you that their Volvo is abusive? And I'm like, who the hell is Volvo? I thought her name was Linda. And isn't Volvo a car? Whatever, but Lisa's like, hold on. You're raising your voice for no reason. You need to lower it down. And I'm like, oh, so now we're doing that, Lisa. She's not even raising her voice. Yeah, she dropped the F-bomb at a 13-year-old's party, but that's it. But now all of a sudden she's raising her voice and Monica's like, I'm not raising my voice. This is raising my voice. You're just like my mother. You're just like her. And I'm like, ugh. I don't know how I feel about her describing Lisa as her mom, especially when Lisa looked away and Monica was like, aha, that right there. My mom does the same thing. You're just like her. Like, Monica, you're projecting a little bit too much and you need to pull it back, because it's one thing between you and your mom having an issue, but if you see your mom and everybody else around you, that's not good, because that's going to torture you mentally and you need to heal from that. You need to get some help. You can't constantly be projecting to everybody. First, you threw it on Lisa a couple of episodes ago. Oh, you have money. You're throwing this in our faces, blah, blah, blah. Like, what else you want us to do on the Housewives? Like, there was one and now you're doing this. So then they give Whitney's daughter their birthday gift, which ends up being a golf cart. Which I'm not understanding what a 13-year-old needs with a golf cart in Salt Lake City specifically when it's snow everywhere. Like, all right, but maybe it's a Mormon thing. So eventually the party's kind of wrapping up and we see Justin, Whitney's husband. He's there, but just a second ago, last week, you were complaining to Whitney that you couldn't make it because you had this big conference call or whatever going on at your job. But now you're here. All right, Justin, but okay. So we see everybody, they're finally saying goodbye. We see Heather, she goes up to Lisa, and Heather is such a pick-me. She's doing the same thing that she did with Jen, but to Lisa. She just wants to be accepted. And she's like, just because I don't approve of the mission doesn't mean that I don't approve of your son. I still want to support him. And I'm like, it's just not making sense, Heather. With me specifically, it's either this or this. There is no in-between with Raphael, so I'm not sure what Heather's doing. She's like, no, I want to go, but I don't support. But I'm still going to show up, but I'm not going to support this. Like, make it make sense, Heather. And Lisa's like, well, I know that you feel some type of way about the Mormon church, so I just didn't invite you because I know that you have your own beliefs, and that's that. So then Jack, her son, he skates by, and Heather's like, oh, where's the location to your Mormon mission or whatever? He's like, is Bogota, Colombia? And then he skates away. So Heather's like, well, I just want to be a part of the conversation. I just want to be chosen, love me, pick me, choose me. And Lisa's like, maybe. So Lisa, she says goodbye to everybody but Monica. Monica is standing by. Lisa, she gives the hugs to everybody. She looks at Monica and she's like, bye, see you later. And she leaves. And I'm like, ugh, but it's gonna get ugly later. We then head over to Lisa's house where she's talking to her husband, John, on how she's so confused on AGK and Monica talking at Whitney's party when they're not supposed to be cool. They're not supposed to be friends. But she's like, well, if they're okay again, fine. At least let me know though. And I'm like, but it was never your issue to begin with, Lisa. Like, this is Angie's issue. If she wants to talk to her and forgive her, this is her choosing to do it, not you. Like, you just decided to jump on the bandwagon because you're not forgiving Monica for that comment that she made about you being, what was it, shallow or superficial or whatever, and you being all about money. That's what this whole thing really stems from. Just say that you're really bitter and you're still hurt about that comment because you know deep down inside it's true. That's where this whole thing comes from, but for some reason, she's like, oh, I don't get why she's not telling me that she's friends with Monica. Like, she's being fake. I'm like, okay, again, her issue. And then John, he's trying to talk to her and trying to, be there for her. But then she gets a text from Whitney saying, oh, I can't wait to see you at the prison event, which I thought it was like this whole thing for Jen Shaw. Come to find out, it says prism. I thought it said prison the whole entire episode. I'm like, why would she call her First of all, the fact that Whitney has a jewelry line, where did that come from? I thought she was doing like lotion or skincare, and now she's selling like, little chains from Shein, but all right, Sheree. So she starts texting Whitney and completely ignores John. John is trying to be there for her, and he's just standing there awkwardly like, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Well, okay, I'm here if you needed any advice. So I had tweeted while the episode was going on, I had tweeted saying, I'm surprised that John is married to somebody like Lisa because they're just completely two different people, right? And Lisa, she found my tweet, I'm guessing through the hashtag, because literally, as soon as I tweeted it, like 2 seconds later, she tweeted me and she was like, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. Me and John are obsessed with each other. Okay, Lisa, if that's the story you want to tell, then I'll believe it. We finally get to Whitney's prison pop-up shop for her plastic jewelry, and she looks good. I love the dress, the hair, she looks beautiful, right? She says that this jewelry line represents a full circle moment for her spiritual journey and that each piece individually represents a different feeling of her journey that she wants the customers to also feel. And I'm like, and what feelings do you want them to feel specifically, Whitney? The feeling of being lied to, gaslit, manipulated, fighting, chaos, destruction? Like, nobody wants to feel all of that. You keep that to yourself. So Heather can't make it because her daughter's going to prom. Meredith can't make it because she has to worry about her own plastic jewelry. But guess who can make it? Angie K. You know she's not missing out on an opportunity to get a moment. So she shows up wearing the same typical Mugler bodysuit, except hers was a dress version, which I didn't know was possible. But she shows up in this outfit that every single housewife in every other city has worn a million times, right? But she did look good though. And speaking of Whitney, she's just standing around, right? And her husband, Justin, he creeps up and he whispers in her ear, you look so hot right now. If I was Whitney, I would have turned around like, get away from me. I would have told him like, not tonight. Like, I'm trying to find a new cutie tonight. Hey, you over here. Hey, I'm trying to sell you a necklace. Come over here. Like, get off me. But, then we see in this corner, Lisa Barlow. She comes in. In this corner, we have Monica coming in. Monica looked really pretty in that black dress. She goes directly to the bar. She gets a drink. That's that. Lisa, on the other hand, she comes face to face with Angie K. And she is pissed off at her. And she's like, look, I don't understand why you're talking to Monica again. I'm trying to defend you as a friend. And I just don't understand what's the problem. What's going on? What's happening? And I'm like, Lisa, relax. What's going on? What's happening? Is there something that we need to discuss? Like, what is going on? And Angie K, you see, this is the issue that I had with you last season when Jen Shaw poured that drink on your head and you didn't do anything. And yeah, people handle conflict differently, but come on now, like, have some type of backbone. You were going after Meredith for like nonstop for a couple of episodes, and now Lisa's in your face doing this, and this. Yet you're over here like, I'm trying to talk. And Lisa continues shutting her down like, no, you're going to let me speak. No, I'm talking right now. No, listen to me first. And I'm like, absolutely. She would have gotten a Mugler ass whooping. Like, who are you to tell me, Lisa, that I need to listen to you? Absolutely not. So Angie K, she goes over to Monica. She's like, Monica, I don't like that you and Lisa were going at it at Whitney's daughter's birthday party. I just feel like it was a bit too much. Monica is looking at her like, Let me sip another drink. Yeah, I really don't care about Lisa. I'm not sure why you're bringing her up. I just got here. Relax. Meanwhile, Lisa acts like a child. Like, Lisa, we really saw your true colors, like your true colors this episode, because she comes on over, she tries to take Angie away from Monica, and Monica's like, oh, of course, go ahead, take your minion. And I'm like, just a second ago, you and Angie K were cool again. Now you're calling her a minion. Angie, she's just in the middle looking at both of them like it's a custody battle. Like, wait a minute, no, hold on. Wait, no, I want everything to be okay. But eventually all three of them just scoot over to the table. And this is where things make a complete left, like a really good left, like a skirt. Because as Whitney is trying to do her little speech on stage, I'm not sure what she was talking about. They're at the table, right? Monica, she continues talking to Lisa, and Lisa's like, please stop talking to me right now. I don't want to entertain you. I don't want to talk to you. Please leave me alone and stop talking. Monica, she was like, no, you're not my mother. You don't tell me what to do. And then Lisa, this is where Lisa took it to a whole new low, because she was just like, oh yeah, of course, I'm not your mother. Nobody wants to be your mother. And I'm like, no, she did not say that. Lisa and Monica, what are you gonna do? I thought she was gonna throw that whole drink in her face, but she kept it cool. But you could tell that she was pissed off. Like, you don't say that to somebody, Lisa. And if she would have replied to you, if nobody wants to be my mother, how do you think your son feels about you? Why do you think he's going on this mission for 2 years to get away from you? Because you make everything about you. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want a sorry mom like you. Now, if she would have said that to you, Lisa, I'm pretty sure you would have been left in tears, or you would have been pissed off as well. Whitney, she's trying to start this whole sound bath situation, and usually I'm not here for that, but in this situation I was, because Whitney, she's like, okay guys, we're about to start the sound bath. Everybody be quiet, okay? Meanwhile, Lisa, again, she just cannot control herself. She's looking at Monica and she's like, I'm like, Monica, put the drink down, because I don't know, Lisa's looking very unpredictable right now. I'm not really sure what she's about to do, but she starts telling Angie K, you know, I really think that you're so fake. I can't do this right now. Like, I'm trying to defend you as a friend, but you're choosing this over me? Absolutely not. And I just do not understand why she's so triggered. Like, she literally has Monica underneath her skin. Like, it's in her blood. And I just don't understand why she's so pissed off. Even Jen Shah never got Lisa like this to this point, because I just don't understand why she's so pissed off. And I just know that Angie K went to sleep with a stiff neck that night, because she kept looking at both of them like, guys, wait, hold on, guys, Lisa, wait, Monica, hold on, I'm not a minion. And as this whole sound bath, this situation is going on, right? Everybody is quiet, but you just hear Lisa and Monica going back and forth, raising their voices. And did anybody see the look that Whitney was giving them? She was on stage and she was just like, eventually enough was enough. So she grabbed the mic and she was like, Lisa Barlow, shh. So embarrassing. And Lisa, again, she just cannot control herself. She's looking at Monica like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go enjoy my bath sound. I'm leaving. I'm not doing this right now. Goodbye. Let me get a Diet Coke. So she walks away. As she's walking away, Monica tells her, of course you do. Old people usually like that. Lisa, she comes back. She's gonna get the last word in, but not before Angie K. Angie had me dying the entire argument, the way she was telling Monica, Monica, see, now that's effed up, because I'm actually older than Lisa Barlow. Which I'm actually surprised. I thought she was younger, but Lisa, she comes back and she tells Monica, it's funny that you're making fun of my age when I'm actually the youngest. Heather and Meredith, they're actually older than me. Why did she tell that to Monica? Because Monica, she takes a little sip of her drink. Well, you wear it. Hey, Lisa, hey, Lisa Barlow, get off the ground. You're getting chewed up. Get up and fight back. I'm like, damn, Lisa, what are you gonna say? And this is how I know she lost this whole battle, this whole argument. She looks at Monica and she's like, I'm like, boo, you weren't quick enough. And I think that that's what really pisses off Lisa, that she has not had a cast member on this show really fight her back and really like back her up into a corner. And Monica is that girl and Lisa cannot handle that. So she starts telling her, look, I saw what I saw at the Easter event. She was not treating you badly. She was trying to be there for you, but you were yelling at her in her face. So I don't understand why you think that she's abusing you. And I'm like, Lisa, why are you holding on to this narrative of Linda being this angel? Like, I'm pretty sure her own daughter will have a better perception of who her mother, Linda, is instead of you. Why do you think that you know this woman inside out when this is the first time you met her? Like, it's just crazy to me how she's so chaotic towards Monica, and for what? Just because she called you superficial? Like, I mean, I understood it back then, but I just don't understand where this whole hatred to Monica is coming from. So eventually Lisa, she kind of calms it down for a second, but Monica, she continues on, and this is where she kind of loses me because she's like, you know, the quantum of the brain is like divided by the 2, divided by the 4, E equals pi MC square, and you need to have street smarts. And I'm like, oh, whatever that means. I'm like, where did that come from? She says, oh, I have street smarts and you don't, and that's why you're upset. And I'm like, street smarts? Yet you were working for Jen Shah. Okay, so Lisa, this is where she completely loses it again, and she goes up to 10, and she gets up, and this is where I'm like, okay, Lisa, calm it the fuck down, because she gets up, she still has her drink in her hand, she gets in Monica's face, and she has a habit of doing that, right? She did it to Monica before, and now she's doing it again, and she was doing it to Angie K, and she's like, look, you really need to stop. I'm not gonna be entertaining you. I'm not gonna be talking about this again. You need to stop talking to me like this. Eventually, she puts the drink down, and I'm like, Lisa, I don't know, if it wasn't for Angie K, I promise you, I think that they would have came to blows, because I really do feel like Lisa wanted to put her hands on Monica. Like, I have never seen her this unhinged and this out of control. Monica was ready for it though. She even says so in the confessional. Oh yeah, I fought in grocery stores, in parking lots, which, you know, that's a conversation that we need to have a different episode. Like, why are we fighting in grocery stores and parking lots? Like, is there something else that we need to know about you, Monica? Lisa continues spiraling out of control by telling her, my hand is not in your face. You had it in my face first. Now she's in her face. Monica's in her face. Angie K in her bun in her Mugler suit. She's trying to separate them like, guys, please stop. Guys, please stop. And like I said before, if Angie K wasn't there, whoo, Lisa, I don't know, you would have been dragged all through this boutique. But eventually Monica, they separate, and Whitney, she comes over, right? And she's like, hey guys. I know she was pissed. Just embarrassing her, and everybody's around just looking at them, and Lisa again just out of control, like her veins were popping out her neck. She was in her face. I'm telling you, I really thought that they were gonna come to blows, and Lisa is left there pissed. She leaves as well without saying goodbye, and she's like, this is a bunch of bullshit, and that was that. But that whole entire argument between both of them was insane. Lisa, I don't know what was going on, what triggers you so badly about Monica. And I think as of now, the entire cast, not just Lisa, they do not talk to Monica. I saw pictures and videos of BravoCon this past weekend, and they were all together except Monica. Monica was doing press by herself. And as of now, I just saw online that Monica and Heather are actually suing each other, because Heather is allegedly suing Monica because Monica never paid her back after getting something done at Beauty Lab. But Monica is suing Heather because she feels that she had some type of botched work done at Beauty Lab. So there's that. So I don't know. I feel like they're going to try to ice her out, or something happen later on this season that makes everybody, including Meredith, turn their back on Monica. And I'm very curious as to what is that. And at this point, I'm calling it, but I feel like Monica should be the first chair at the reunion. Like, she deserves it. Like, none of these housewives of Salt Lake City could handle somebody like Monica. So I'm here for it. But let me know what you all thought about this whole entire episode down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.